Hi, and welcome to Oshkosh Rocks. This show is here to promote Oshkosh. I'm Bill Wyman, and I'm your host. I'm here to make you proud of living here in this town. Today's segment, we're going to be at UWO Oshkosh. We're going to talk to people that make this school happen. This is a great place. It's the third largest university in the state, and there are a lot of fun things happening. So stick with us and take a look at what happens at UWO Oshkosh. We're here with Chancellor Richard Wells from the university. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Bill.
Good,
thank you.
Good. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the impact the university makes on the community of Oshkosh. Can you kind of express that just a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, Oshkosh is our hometown, and this is the third largest university in the state, and we now have over 13,000 students here. And when last time we did, for example, an economic impact study was 3 years ago, we were about 500 students fewer. We generated about $500 million of economic impact annually. $500 million.
$500 million.
$500 million.
And that's an annual number.
That's an annual number. It created, directly or indirectly, about 9,000 jobs. What people sometimes have trouble understanding about a university is that, you know, we have the added advantage in terms of causing, so to speak, an economic impact that's positive on the community of having 13,000 students come here. Sure. And they spend money. So that study showed that they spend just a little under $100 million a year. So, you know, for a company, say you have a big, large company, and let's say they produce widgets. Well, widgets don't rent rooms. Widgets don't, you know, buy chocolate at Hughes Chocolate, for example, or they don't buy gas.
They take them out for dinner.
No, they just don't. But students do, you know. So they have a huge impact just in their own direct spending power, you know, on a community. And so when that student enrollment goes up, as it has here at Oshkosh, by about 15% now, then the economic impact likely increases. And we've estimated since the last study we did, the numbers I just gave you, which is in 2006, that impact has gone up another 16%. So creating additional thousands of jobs just by having, you know, another 1,500 students come to UW Oshkosh.
Do a lot of students work in the community?
You know, we don't have a good statistic on the number that work right in the community of Oshkosh, but our estimates are a good 70% of our students are working to some degree, more than they probably should in some cases, but a lot of them have to.
Grades might be going down a little bit.
Yeah, you always worry about that. I mean, there's a nice balance. Around 15 hours a week is, you know, pretty good balance in terms of being able to keep up your academics. So there are a lot. We ourselves employ 1,500 students on campus here as well. So they have the impact of not only creating jobs and spending, but they are very talented members of the workforce here in our hometown of Oshkosh as well. They also contribute, you know, tens of thousands of hours and tens of thousands of dollars to charities and one thing or another in the community. I think they're our biggest volunteers. When you think of that many of them, they do a lot of volunteering and things of that sort too. So those are some of the, you know, kind of economic benefits. And of course, you know, we've hired this year another 30-some faculty members. They come in, they buy homes, you know, so when you increase your employee base to keep up with the increased enrollment, you know, that creates jobs in the community as well.
It gives the university faculty give another kind of sense of intellectual to the whole community. I think that helps also.
Well, yeah, well, that's you know, obviously our mission is to, you know, meet the knowledge needs of the students and organizations in our broader community, and a lot of that is done through our faculty and our staff. So it does create, you know, an environment that is, let's say, a little more informed. It also creates all kinds of opportunities for lectures, arts and music events. A lot of people don't think of us that way, but we have by far and away the largest theater, music, arts programs in the whole North region, more than all the other universities put together. So we have lots of majors, so that creates all types of cultural events and activities on the community that sometimes are taken for granted or forgotten. So that's another, you know, huge value of having a university here. But obviously the most important thing is that what we're doing is we're providing an educational opportunity for students who, hopefully when they graduate, and we're working on this all the time, is that they're liberally educated, meaning they're good critical thinkers, they're problem solvers, know how to work in groups, they're technically skilled, they're global citizens, and they get involved in civic and social life when they leave. And that's the most fundamental thing we need. That's our most basic need, I think, in our communities, and particularly in a democracy. So that's really why we're valuable.
Great. Well, Chancellor, thank you very much for coming down and talking to us.
Well, you're welcome.
All right. Thanks a lot. As you can see, UW Oshkosh has a lot going on. Come on down and check it out. Thanks for coming to the show, and see us again next month.